What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bios3 RAW TV. Today we're talking a little bit about L-Carnitine because I'm getting some questions about it, because I made a statement that said if you use it properly, then you're going to get pretty damn good results. Now, the next question was, well, what is properly using it? There's two different ways to use it, and depending on how your body utilizes the nutrient and what kind of, if you're in ketosis or what kind of fat loss progress you're making, it depends on how you're going to have to use it. You can use it one of two ways. You can either load up on it before your cardio, which maybe take about 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams 30 minutes before your cardio, and hopefully it'll help mobilize fat while you're doing your cardio. Or my personal way that I like to use it is I like to use it multiple times a day in smaller doses, but keep it frequently coming through your body. Now, the best way to get a drug into your system to work the best way is through an IV. Okay, so that way there it's fed into your bloodstream consistently at a constant level throughout the day. Same thing with this, although I don't think you can get an IV bag full of L-Carnitine, because if you probably could do that, I probably would have done it in the past, and it probably would work pretty good. But my idea would be to take it in between meals on an empty stomach. So if you're eating 5 times a day, you would take the L-Carnitine like 4 times a day. So that way there it's constantly in your system. Now, there's liquid L-Carnitine, there is L-Carnitine capsules, L-Carnitine pills, and sterile L-Carnitine, which we'll get to in a second. So, first I'm going to talk about the pills, which I personally feel would be the least effective. The pill's hard, it's harder to break down in your system before it even gets into your bloodstream. And then capsules would be the next fastest way to break down, because it's a powder encapsulated in a capsule. And then the liquid L-Carnitine would probably be the fastest way to ingest L-Carnitine and get it to your bloodstream as fast as possible. Now, there's also sterile L-Carnitine. All right, this is Synthanine. It's made by a company called Synthetech. Synthetech is the main sponsor of a popular forum that I have been on since 2005 called ProfessionalMuscle.com. Now, when I got ready for the 2011 Maryland State Championships, I bulked up to just under 270 pounds. And I wanted to cut down as far as I possibly could because I wanted to show my clients and other people that even if you had gone off track and got super fat, that you can still get back into shape once you have the tools to know how to get in shape. It's not magic. It's a matter of having the tools in your toolbox to work and get back into shape. So what I did was push my weight up, and I kept it there for like a good 7 or 8 months, walking around at like 265 plus pounds, like snorting when I was sleeping, like snoring. It was, breathing heavy, walking from the car into the house, not being able to fit in anything smaller than smaller than a 3XL shirt, and that was tight. I mean, it was just an awful experience. My blood pressure was high. My face looked like a fucking balloon. And, people were like, what the fuck? Why are you gaining so much weight? And I kept explaining to them. Everybody thinks, well, fuck, I gained the fat back. It's over. It's done. I can't do it. Yo-yo dieting, blah, 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 blah. So what I did was I did that experiment. It worked out very well because I wanted competing. I wasn't the most shredded I've ever been because I definitely needed more time. But in 15 weeks, I came down that 70 pounds and was hard enough on stage, at least to make people go, holy shit. That's the same guy from, X amount of weeks ago who was 270 pounds. And Synthetech was one of the companies was the company that sponsored me for that, where they hooked me up with some products and t-shirts and stuff, and I used their products. And this is one of the products I used. Synthanine. It's a liquid L-Carnitine that's sterile. Now, what does that mean? What does that make that difference? If you notice, there's like a rubber stopper on top. Now, I'm not going out there and telling you, I'm not advising you to inject this stuff. Okay, what I'm going to tell you is if you're in a country where you can use this stuff legally, and there are other companies that make injectable L-Carnitine, then it's sterile to make sure that you don't get an infection or something goes wrong or might be killing yourself because it's not the right stuff in the bottle or whatever it is. But basically it has 200 milligrams of L-Carnitine per cc. Okay, so then what you would do is you figure out, like, if you're taking 1,000 milligrams orally, you're probably going to need 500 milligrams of this stuff because you're injecting it directly into your muscle, and it's a water-based drug, water-based amino acid that gets into your system very quickly. So it's not getting destroyed in the liver, trying to be passed through your stomach and your intestines and through your liver and filtered out before it hits your bloodstream. If you take 500 milligrams, you get 500 milligrams. So that is a product that I know, at least in 2005, 2006, many pros were using. I mean, it was on their list of things that they were taking, the injectable L-Carnitine. So it's You may have read things of them, I take L-Carnitine. Yeah, this is pretty much the product they were taking. If it wasn't this exact product, which is a well-known product on the underground, which it's not even illegal, so I don't know why it's, you know, whatever. But that's an empty bottle anyways. But either way, it's not illegal to possess because it's just L-Carnitine in a bottle that's sterile. So one of their other products that they have, this company, Synthetech, that goes hand in hand with that product. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this product called Saline. It was originally given to racehorses to stimulate metabolism, and it's a veterinarian drug, and it's definitely not safe to use by humans. It is cheap. It definitely boosts your heart rate, boosts your metabolism, all this stuff to help you burn fat. But like I said, it's not safe because it's a veterinarian drug. It could be dirty. It's basically a bunch of vitamins and minerals in it, and you would take this stuff with the L-Carnitine leading up to your show, and they have Saline, which is the human version of Saline. Okay, now this stuff, metabolic, what do they call it? Metabolic stimulator. Okay, has magnesium aspartate, potassium aspartate, hepatimol hydrochloride, adenosine triphosphate, uridine triphosphate, sodium selenate, and quinoline, which is basically vitamin B12. Now, this stuff, being that it's just vitamins and minerals, doesn't look on the outside like it would do very much, but anybody that's ever tried the Saline or the Saline here knows that it works very well. Now again, it's a vitamin mineral product. There's no drug in it. It's not illegal. Now you probably shouldn't inject it because you're not supposed to inject anything without a doctor's approval or prescription or whatever. But this is another one of those products that nobody was really talking about. And it came out late 90s, like 99, 90, 98, 99, 2000, somewhere around there, when it was being pushed. Dan Duchesne was pushing it for a while. They used to talk about it in Muscle Media 2000. But bottom line is, it was something that never really took off because it wasn't super effective on its own. People didn't know enough to take it with the L-Carnitine. So taken together, it burns a lot of fat. Now, Synthetech, which is, let me make sure I spell this right. They don't even have the website. Oh, yeah. SYNTHETEK.com. That's the website if you guys want to check out more of their products. Legit products. They're out in Australia. It takes a little while to get to whatever country you're in, unless you're in Australia. But these are a couple products that, if you're in the countries where you can use them, may help you with your fat loss. So, hope this sheds a little tear. See, diet brain again sheds a tear. Sheds a little bit of light on L-Carnitine, how to use it, and a couple little products that some of the pros have used to boost their metabolism without T3, DNP, clenbuterol, all that shit. That's a little bit safer. Bios3Training@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. www.bios3training.com is the blog. And we're out.